Profits. Every business owner wants them in their business, but how many of us really know how to repeat their profits month after month? In this video, you're going to find out exactly how to do just that. We're also going to be touching on the profit first method. Now, I'm Lucy Wheeler and I'm the founder of Lucy Legal, the online business providing legal templates to business owners to make their difficult parts of business just that little bit more simple. Now, before we get started, I'm just going to say I am not an accountant and I am not trained in accountancy, but I have been running my own business I've been running this business for over 18 months, but I've been running businesses since 2005 and I know how to make them profitable. My business currently makes in excess of 5 figures each month, and it's something that I want to be able to make that kind of 5-figure profit that I'm making. You want to get that in your business too. So I'm going to help you. Now, let's jump straight to it. The profit first method. What does it even mean? So there's quite a lot of talk about profit first. Normally, when we look at an equation for working out what our profit is, we would normally do sales less expenses equals profit. Now, the profit first method is about switching that equation round. So we have sales less profit equals expenses. And it's as simple as that. So it's basically saying that out of everything you make, you take the profit first. And this is not a methodology that I have created, but it's something that a lot of people follow, and it's helpful in their business to make sure they get paid. I don't know the stats, but I know that there are a lot of entrepreneurs who do not pay themselves properly. Now, if you're watching this video, my dream for you is that you're going to pay yourself a proper salary, whether you do that from being self-employed or employed, that you are paying your taxes properly, that you pay into your pension, and that you then still have money left to invest into the business for anything that the business wants and needs. And I'm chatting through today the behind the scenes of my business, the expenses, the monthly expenses that I have in my business, so I can show you how simple it is to have an online business in 2020 or 2021, which is where we are in terms of quite at the moment. A lot of people want to set up a new business. Due to the global pandemic, it's almost like an entrepreneurial gold rush. So many people are setting up businesses, but they really don't know how to make them profitable. So whether you've been in business for a while or if you're just starting out, this is going to be really helpful. A lot of people will go into business and they'll say, I want to make X a month. That's where their goal is going to be. And they don't really know or even consider or think about whether they're talking about those figures as revenue figures or profit figures. Now, for example, you might think, I want to make £3,000 a month. That's going to be enough for me. But if you're saying you're making £3,000 a month, you're going to have tax on that. And so I'm based in the UK, so this is going to be based on UK tax tariffs. If you are self-employed, depending on what rate of tax you're paying, well, let's go for 20%. You'll be paying 20% tax on those earnings. And if you are a corporation, you're going to be paying corporation tax. You'll also pay dividend tax too at 7.5%, but the corporation tax is 19%. So let's focus on those at the moment, the 20% and the 19%, because they're very similar. So if, for example, you say, I'm going to make 3,000, you're going to lose £500, which is 20% of 3,000 each month just in tax. So you need to think, hang on a second, that now straight away gives me only 2,500 and I haven't begun to look at my expenses yet. Right away, we know that we need to adjust that figure up. And when you do that, you'll realize that you need to make 3,750 to then be taxed. Yeah, you'll be taxed 750 and then you're left with £3,000. So that's what you need to do right away, is just look at that figure. What is that figure that you need? And as I said, I'm not an accountant, but you're going to need to do a bit of bookkeeping. What do you need? What are your expenses? Sit down and write and work out what figure do you want. So that figure is going to be different for everyone, but we're going to work on the basis of 3,000 today. If we're working on the basis of 3,000, we then, with the profit first method, we've taken that £3,000 out. So now we've got zero left to do anything with, to invest into our business. So how are we going to pay for anything we need? We're going to struggle. You need to make sure that you're making money on top of that. I just said to you right at the start of this video, it's really simple and you can make an online business super streamlined at the moment and not really have many overheads. Now, I'm not going to touch on the annual overheads, so you will need to put money aside for those, anything like insurance and accountancy. And the reason I'm not going to talk about that is because insurance or professional subscriptions are going to be different for different government bodies. I'm a lawyer, so as you can imagine, the insurance premiums and the subscriptions are substantial. But depending on what area you're in, they may not be substantial. So I'm just going to pop those to the side, but I'm flagging them that we're not including those in these monthly costs. I am going to go behind the scenes now and tell you the monthly costs of my business or thereabouts. So if you are running an online business, you are going to need a phone. I'm recording this video just on my phone here. You're going to need a phone if you need social media, the internet, that kind of thing. As I said, we're not talking about startup costs, so I'm not going to put in money for a laptop, but each month you're going to want to be able to ring your clients or use a phone within your business. So you're going to need to allow costs for your phone. I've allowed £50 for that. You're also going to want to allow costs for the internet. Now, the internet is something that you may or may not include in your business, depending on whether you use your internet for your home as well. Again, not an accountant, but it's really important that you know as a business owner that expenses are only deductible if they are wholly and entirely for the business. So if your internet is not wholly and substantially for the business, if you use it for your downtime as well, if you use it for your TV, if you've got a TV media broadband package, then the entirety of that package is not going to be deductible. So do bear that in mind. So you might want to leave internet off because you might just pay that out of your general personal expenses. So you're going to need a phone. You're going to need some sort of email marketing system. There are various different ones. Some of them are free. The better ones you pay a little bit for. But you can get a really decent marketing campaign software for about £12. It's not very much, and it actually changes everything. And there'll be different things that you'll want to spend your money on in this sort of thing. So online video conferencing, this has changed the world recently. Everybody is on Zoom. People are probably all zoomed out. And let me tell you, none of this video is affiliated, or I'm not getting any commission for anything, but I use Zoom as well, and that package is less than £15 a month, so popping that in as well. Website costs. You're going to need probably host a website. Now, you don't necessarily have to host a website, but I have an online shop for my legal templates. It does everything for me. I just pop the templates on, it does everything, calculates everything, sends everything's automated, so I can literally wake up in the morning, there might have been a sale, be watching TV, a sale goes through. So the website for me is integral to my business, but it might not be for you. But anyway, I don't know if you've been calculating along as we go. It's £28.80 is how much I spend on my website each month. Even with the phone and the broadband, it's £145 and 2 pence is the outgoings for that. And if you just had your email marketing, your Zoom and your website, that's less than £90. So it's really, the reason I'm setting these figures out and talking about them is because it's making you aware that your business expenses could only be as little as £150 or less than £100. And the reason why I was trying to focus on that figure as well is because that really neatly fits in to what the money we've got. We've said £3,750, but then the expenses is £150, so it's £4,000. So then you have a figure, then you know, right, well, if I don't invest anything else, then I bring in £4,000, then I'm going to pay my £1,500 expenses, and I'm going to be able to pay my tax bill. So I'm going to pop my money right to the side, and I really think that's great practice to do that, so you're not trying to scramble around for the money at the end of the tax year. And then you've got that £3,000, which is for you. And £3,000, we are going to work out how to make £3,000, actually £4,000, come into your business in the third video. But I really hope that breaking this down has shown you how simple that can be, because then you can think to yourself, right, well, actually, I want to add a coach into that. I want to get a coach, and my coach is going to be £150 a month. But if your coach is something like £500 a month, you then know, hang on a second, my expenses are going to go up. My expenses are going to go up by another £150, or they're going to go up by another £500. So you're going to have to revisit that figure at the start to decide, is it £3,000 that you're going to be taking? Would you be happy to only take £2,500, or do you need the figure to be what's left at the end each time for you to be £3,000? If so, then you're going to need to make that initial revenue figure higher. And although the people rave about the profit first method, I've seen people with their 5 different accounts, and it can get quite complicated. Business, in the way I do it, really just can be as simple as possible. It's as simple as setting this out on a piece of paper, as I say, working out what you need, working out the tax. Therefore, you've got that profit figure. So then working out as well, if you're wanting to add on expenses, if you're wanting to set money aside for things. So it might be a really great idea to set money aside for your insurance, your laptop, any unforeseen expenses that are going to come up in your business, then you've got those and you can do them. I really hope this has been helpful. If you haven't done so already, do pop back and watch video 1, which is all about pricing and how to properly price your products. And I hope you'll also join me for video 3, which is all about how to create a 90-day plan which actually works for you. So I'll see you there. I've been Lucy Wheeler and I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video.